Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the happiest hour on earth. Tonight we have a fun topic picked for this evening. We decided that we were just going to give you guys basically what each of our ideal Disneyland trip would look like. So we're going to do one day in Disneyland, one day in California Adventure. We're going to not do the park hopping option for this one because, to be honest, I think both of us prefer non-park hopping days generally because, I mean, park hopping is nice, but I think overall we find it to be more fulfilling, I guess, to just spend a full day in one park and then another full day in another park. So we're doing 2 days and we are going to break down all the things that we would do within those days, within those parks. So we have different answers. We have not gone over them with each other. I'm very interested to see where we line up and where we differ. It's gonna be really fun. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right, so before we jump into this episode, real quick, if you're listening on a podcasting platform, you could probably tell it says episode 99. If you're on YouTube, we don't really put the numbers there, but yes, this episode is number 99.
Crazy.
Next week, we are going to be doing our 100th episode, and we're going to just kind of take a look back at this journey that we've been on. And so we're going to talk about like our favorite topics we've discussed, our favorite snacks and drinks we've made in the past, but we also want to hear from you guys because it's going to be almost like a ask me anything. So if you are listening to this episode right now and you have a question for us, it could be anything, Disney related, non-Disney related, whatever it is. This episode is the time to ask. So we're going to have a post on Instagram. You can just drop them in the comments there. But it's going to be just kind of like a celebration of our show, talking about just everything that we've done, what it's been like starting our own show. It's going to be a lot of different things. And I'm really, really excited to just kind of take this time to reflect. Yes.
A lot of reflection.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about some of our favorite snacks and drinks we've made, which I know we haven't done that in a little while.
We are going to be making a favorite snack and drink.
We will make some of our favorites during that episode, but we're going to kind of just talk about what some of our highlights were because we were doing it weekly for quite a long time and we made a lot of things. So we've got some favorites.
It's so hard. It's like, I want to bring it back, but our son goes to sleep so late now, which means we can't start the show till later. And so,
it's a lot to prep and things are just crazy in our lives right now. So it's an additional thing that just is kind of taking the back burner right now. And, as opposed to the actual show and, topics that we're going to be discussing and all that. So for now it's kind of a slower process, but it will be fun to do that again at our upcoming episode. So we're looking forward to that and looking forward to hearing all of your guys' questions. Yeah,
definitely. And with that launch, we should be launching actually our store right around that time too. So super exciting. A lot of fun things that are going to be happening next week. On top of that, we also have our son's birthday. So we're going to be planning a birthday party while also doing our 100th celebration. Kind of crazy.
Wild week for us, for sure.
It's been a wild couple of weeks, but we're pushing through. It's all good things, but it's a lot of planning.
Also, our baby moon is this upcoming weekend. So there's stuff happening all the time. It's kind of crazy, but we're doing it. It's a fun time.
It is for sure. Speaking of fun times, should we jump into this ideal Disneyland vacation? Just what our ideal day would look like. And so, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to Disneyland, I could definitely stay a whole day in the park. California Adventure, sometimes I really do want to park hop over to Disneyland, but it would make this episode a little too messy if we talked about park hopping. So we're going to just say, if we get a full day in Disneyland, what would that look like? What would we choose to do? And then a full day in California Adventure, what would we choose to do?
I think the only time that I really feel like I'm ready to park hop is like if we truly have just done everything, because it's like there are numerous things you can still do within California Adventure. We just don't always do them.
That's true.
There's so obviously there's rides, but there's so many other things. Obviously, food and drinks. There's the Animation Academy. There's, there's just so much to do. And sometimes we just don't do it all. So it's like, oh, might as well be in Disneyland. But, sometimes it's nice to just kind of like take a breather and just like maybe do things you wouldn't even normally do while you're there. So
totally.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, do you want to start off?
Okay.
And you're just going to go throughout your entire day, and then I will do mine after that.
I'll do my first Disneyland day. Then he's going to do his Disneyland day. And then I'll do my California Adventure day, and he'll do his California Adventure day.
Yeah.
So to start out, I would have to say that my ideal situation, if money was just not an issue whatsoever, I would be staying at the Disneyland Hotel, I would say. Grand Californian obviously would be wonderful, but there's just something about the Disneyland Hotel. We've stayed in it once before. I absolutely loved it, and I just want to stay again because it just, I don't know. There's something about it. Those towers are so amazing. They just really capture the essence of Disney, and I love Trader Sam's. That's another reason why I love the Disneyland Hotel so much.
Yeah.
So I would love to start, or I guess do the entire trip while staying in the Disneyland Hotel. That would be ideal for me. I know it's a little bit further than the Grand Californian, but I think it's worth it. So I would be starting there for sure. On our first day in the park, we tend to be more early risers for our Disney days. Some people like to take it easy, kind of get into the park later. That's fine. That totally works for you if that's your situation. I love to get up early because the hype I feel on a Disney morning is different than just being at home. I don't love waking up early on a normal basis, but I know that being in the park early is worth it because that's when you just get things done.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I would say I would like to get in the park if possible at rope drop.
Nice.
Sometimes that is not possible.
If possible,
but maybe
key.
I should preface this by saying that my ideal situation would also be to have like a babysitter with us
that's
on hand for this trip to help with the not burden, but the help that we would need with our son and soon to be second son.
Yeah.
But I would definitely have some help lined up for that because it makes just getting out of the hotel a little bit easier and smoother. So we would get in the park early. I personally like to start out with some food and coffee. That would probably be my first stop. I mean, if we're in there early enough to be at rope drop, I think we're going to have time for the rides that we want to do. So I kind of was iffy on where I would start. I love Jolly Holiday for breakfast. That's kind of become a bit of a favorite for me. I don't know. I think maybe we've only done it once or twice, but they have really good croissant sandwiches that I love. Yeah. And I love a good breakfast sandwich. So I would probably do that and get a latte there. The other option, of course, would be Market House on Main Street. That line is always insane. So if by some miracle the line was not crazy long, I might hit that instead. But yeah, one of those two options for me probably. And then I would say we generally go to the left to start. So I think I'm going to start out ride-wise to the left. And generally I feel like we start with Indy.
Yeah, like pre-kid. Yes.
Yes, pre-kid. We're
saying we have babysitters this entire time, so we can do whatever we want.
We can just do whatever ride, and someone is with our son all the time. Yeah. Although I was gonna say that for me, I would probably start with Pirates because Pirates is my favorite, and technically our son could come with us on that, and he's obsessed with Pirates right now. So I would probably start with Pirates because it is a favorite. But yeah, then I would pretty much just knock out all the rides in that vicinity. So Indy, Haunted Mansion, Splash is closed. So technically that's a no-go, but, I would probably do Rise at some point, 'cause that's kind of in that direction. And then I don't know. I'm just saying all the rides that I would do within this day. So I'm not entirely sure, like, how this would play out exactly. This is kind of just very hypothetical, but ride wise, I would be doing Thunder as well, of course, and Space, obviously.
Yeah.
And then aside from that, I love to end rides on Fantasyland rides. So I would probably be doing all those last at night. There's something about Fantasyland at night for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I love it.
And a lot of the kids have gone to sleep, so
Exactly.
it's maybe a little bit better.
Lines are maybe a little bit shorter. And we did get to actually, on our last trip, and one of the nights, I think it was the first night actually, we ended on Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. There's something different about Fantasyland rides at night. So I would be doing all those. I would do Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, Snow White, probably. And then
that's a good one, like really late to just have nightmares that night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But not as much now. It's a little bit happier.
It's not her scary adventures. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I love It's a Small World as well. So I'd maybe do that one at some point too.
Nice.
Ride wise, those are the important ones for me in Disneyland, I think. But in between all of that, I would obviously need to be snacking and
you need your energy.
Hydrating and
while walking 20,000 steps
who
or
knows
something.
how many steps. It's a lot. So I had a few snacks written down that I would be doing, and also lunch. This is also hypothetical because I'm like, I don't think I have like
I wrote down way too many snacks.
Yeah, these are just like all of my favorite things, and if I just had an endless appetite this entire day,
we're splitting the snacks so you're able to
exactly. Yeah, that's true. Everything
double your snack load. Yeah,
true. So snack wise, my favorites. A favorite has definitely, it kind of counts as a snack, is the Black Calf cold brew from Galaxy's Edge. So that would be happening at some point whenever we're over there for Rise. I would be getting that as my second coffee of the day, as we usually do. I also would definitely have to get a Dole Whip. That's always been a favorite of mine. I know been a bit controversial in the past, but for me, Dole Whip is a staple snack because it has been since I first fell in love with Disneyland. Yeah. So definitely would be happening for me. I also love pretzels. That usually is like a evening snack. So that would probably be happening.
Warms your soul.
Yeah. I love to have it like while waiting for a show. So like,
oh yeah, I love that.
I'll say what my show choice would be soon enough, and and that would be my snack of choice for that show. And then I also love to end a evening in Disneyland with some ice cream on Main Street at Gibson Girl. So that would be probably the last snack of the day.
Ooh, okay. There's a couple that were not mentioned here that I have on my list.
Yeah, so. I'm sure we kind of differ a little bit because my staples are a little bit different than yours.
Yeah.
But just more food talk because why not, I guess?
Oh, yeah, all the food.
Lunch. I think my favorite place for lunch, even though I know that there's like better options out there, I always love going to Red Rose Tavern for lunch.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
That's kind of just my favorite within Disneyland to get lunch at. I don't know why. I know that they have a really good flatbread and they have some good burgers, and I don't know, just overall like a lot of seating. It's just my favorite place to go kind of for a midday meal.
Yeah.
So that's what I would pick for lunch. For dinner, I have a few options. I would say I would pick Blue Bayou if possible, but if everything was just at all possible, I would be at Club 33.
Oh, so you're going like literally money is no option,
money
and we have
no
connections.
Problem.
Yeah, okay.
Our way in.
Ooh,
this is just like ideal situation. So I'd be at Club 33 ending the night.
Ooh, okay. That's
Babysitter.
Good. Yes,
as our son. Yeah. We're just enjoying Club
Go 33. In without worrying if he's going to scream. Yes.
Exactly.
I like that.
So I think that would probably end off my Disneyland day.
How about shows?
Oh yeah, show. That's right. Good point. I would end the day show-wise with Fantasmic.
Nice. I like that.
I absolutely love Fantasmic. I also put an honorable mention, even though it is no longer there, if this is all hypothetical, but Mickey and the Magical Map was my favorite daytime show.
Yeah.
And if it were possible to be seeing it again, I would be seeing it this day. So
yeah. Oh, I love it. So good. That sounds like a great day.
Yeah.
I'm similar in some ways and different in others. So I would be staying at Disneyland Hotel as well if it could be an ideal day, because Disneyland Hotel is just amazing. My first activity getting in would probably, back then I was always, before I was a coffee drinker, it was like just hit up rides instantly.
We'll get coffee at some
and
point.
Now I am just a tired man consistently. And so, and I need my food. So it's like, I'm going to get some breakfast and some food. So
if I get hangry, that's the other thing. If I don't have coffee or food, like I will get very grumpy. I've noticed that about myself. Like I need to start out with something.
Yeah, you need something good.
Sustenance to get the energy going.
Yeah. I think that's me with coffee for sure. So I would go to the right actually, and I would get breakfast, a breakfast burrito and a cold brew at Galactic Grill. I think that would be my first activity, because I feel like you could mobile order it. That breakfast burrito is insanely good if you haven't had it. I'm going to say insanely good, and then people are like, I've had way better breakfast burritos. Like out here, it's like fourth theme park food. Yes, I love it.
It's quite good.
It is amazing. So I would hit up that to get energized, and then I would go to some rides. So would probably go. Actually, if I was over in that area, I'd probably hit up Space. But then I would cross the park, because, that's kind of my favorite area of the park. And so if it's an ideal day, I would get a VIP plaid so we could go on every ride. But if, we weren't going for that, the main rides that I had that I need to hit in order to feel like I had a successful Disneyland day is Pirates, Indy, Space, Haunted, and Thunder Mountain. I love Rise of the Resistance. I love so many other rides, and those are all great. But those are the ones I'm going to try to hit first, because those are the ones that really make me feel the Disney magic. I could go a day without paying, $20-25 or whatever for Rise and still feel like I had a successful day. I would just try to hit as many rides as possible after I hit those 5, because those really make me feel the Disney feels. So, walking a lot, I would get hungry. So I would definitely get cold brew black calf from Docking Base 7, right? Yeah. So definitely hit that up. Pretzels are a must. Churros are a must. Ronto wraps. They're not necessarily a must, but if I have time, I love a good Ronto wrap. Oh my gosh, they're so good. I also, one of my favorite places is Bengal Barbecue. I love it. And I had to put it under the snacks, because if I eat that for lunch, like I'm hungry in 30 minutes. They're so small.
As a snack.
Yeah.
It's not enough to be a full meal, even though it's expensive enough.
It's expensive. And so that's why I haven't gone recently. But actually, I would probably go Bengal Barbecue, maybe go over to Tropical Hideaway, get a bao bun. I feel like that would really kind of
a full meal.
Yeah, that would really kind of make it feel great. And then I'd steal some of your Dole Whip, so we get a good little thing going. For lunch, I've been really loving Little Red Wagon. I just love corn dogs, like Disneyland corn dogs. And so if I went there, I would grab a corn dog, jump on the train, the Disneyland Railroad, and just eat it with my little Lay's chips or whatever that they give you, while I'm just surveying the park and just, taking in the full sights and sounds of Disney. So I'd either do that, or I would do the chicken strips at Golden Horseshoe, because I love the chicken strips with the ranch that they give and the French fries. Oh my gosh.
And just taking a load off in there is the best. That's
another
spot that's so open, so many places to sit and cool off and just like enjoy a show with some food.
And if you go upstairs in the Golden Horseshoe, there are outlets to charge your phone. So, and no one's usually there. So really good tip there. But yeah, dinner, if it's just literally an ideal Disney day, I put Blue Bayou, but if we're going like extra ideal, Club 33. If we didn't have reservations for those though, I would probably go with gumbo from Royal Street Veranda. I had a steak gumbo there last time and it was just so good. It's nice at night. It just kind of warms you up. And so, yeah, big fan of that gumbo. But I mean, there's a lot of good dinner places, but I also was considering Red Rose Tavern too for dinner because I like that as well. Great flatbreads and burgers. I just wouldn't use the restroom that's right there because we talked about that in our best and worst bathrooms episode, and that one is not good.
Not great. Packed and stinky.
If you have not checked out that bathroom episode, give it a listen. It's like 45 minutes of bathroom talk. It's just incredible.
You just have to love it.
Next week during our 100th, we're going to be talking about our favorite episodes. That's going to be right there on the top. Bathroom time, baby.
Definitely the favorite episode.
Oh, yeah. We need to do a part 2. No, just kidding. But yeah, shows Fantasmic. I mean, I love Fantasmic. It's just so classic Disney, and it's stood the test of time for so many decades.
Never gets old.
I love you, Mickey. Thank you for defeating the dragon, Maleficent dragon. And hopefully she's back, though. Hopefully she gets...
True.
You know, she's been in the hospital for a little bit. I think they said August. The vet. Yeah, she's been taking a load off there trying to recover. Mickey just blew her up, man. He was like, I had it.
You're out of here.
I had it. Okay? You're literally going to just go down. I think that was even before Mickey came out. So she just knew. She's like, oh, this guy's good. Or maybe he was doing some magic behind the scenes and just blew her up. Man, that was... I'm so glad everyone, Mickey. No one got hurt. So thank you, Mickey, for, saving people and for destroying her. So,
all right.
But yeah, we're jumping over to California Adventure. We're going to do the same exact thing. Do you want to swap it now? So I start first and then you go?
Okay. If you want to.
No, actually, no, you go, because something you say will probably remind me of some thing. So yeah, okay, go.
You want to steal my ideas?
I do, yes. Okay.
All right.
Tell us about your California Adventure day.
So here's my day. Okay. This is different than usual. There's some stuff that we don't, staying in the Disneyland Hotel still is different than
You're
usual.
You're going to be adding Club 1901.
No, that would be great as well, but Club 33 would be enough. However, I once again would probably be up early because we only have our 2 days. So I love to just make the most of it and be up early and do our thing. As tired as we are and as sore as our feet and legs are, even just after the first day, I'm still ready to do it again on the second day. So we'd be up early. I was thinking this is something I've never done. But I would love to hit Storyteller Cafe for breakfast.
Ooh, okay.
Because I have been there before. We've both been. I went with my friend and her family when I first went to the park when I was a teenager. And then we went at some point. I don't recall when, but...
Yeah, I remember I got the magical star there. The cocktail.
Oh, yes.
So you're over
I think
21.
we both did. Yes, we were 21. But... I don't know that I've ever been for breakfast in the morning. And I think they have like a breakfast buffet, possibly.
Yeah, I think so.
And it just sounds like I just love that restaurant and I have fond memories of it. It's just beautiful inside and the food has always been really good, at least in my past experience. So I would just kind of like to experience it in the morning.
I like that.
Just kind of nice, chill breakfast in the morning. We're there early enough that we can still get into the park early and we're right there anyways, really close.
I like it.
So I would be starting in at Storyteller Cafe.
That's so nice.
And then head into the park. The only thing is I do love to enter California Adventure from the
through
main entrance.
Carthay Circle. Yeah.
Because I just
Buena
love
Vista
Buena Vista
Street,
Street so much. So that's the only, I guess we could still just leave Storyteller Cafe and go out the long way. But you do have the option of going in the quicker, easier way from the side. So maybe we'd just be doing that. But I would be starting out my morning, I think, with Soarin', because
nice.
that's what I did this last time.
That's a good, like, starting it out from the right foot. Yeah, I like that.
I mean, I debated between that and Guardians because I feel like they're both, you go one way or one, go the other way or the other. But I just love starting out with Soarin'. It's such a peaceful way to start the morning. Such a good ride. Just a must do for me. But throughout the day, the other rides I would hit would be Guardians, Radiator Springs Racers for sure, Midway Mania, and Ariel's Undersea Adventure. That's pretty much all I care about anymore. I
Monsters? No.
Monsters I kind of had as like a maybe, but not necessarily like a have to.
Yeah.
And neither anymore is Incredicoaster. I almost said that too, but I was like, I could skip it and I'd be fine. So
yeah,
I had other things that I would probably rather do. So I would knock out all those rides for sure.
Nice.
Lunch wise, let's see.
Oh, I feel like I know this.
Yeah, probably. I love me a clam chowder bread bowl from Pacific Wharf. I'm sure you knew that was the answer.
Oh yeah.
It's just my favorite way to.
It's so good.
To just enjoy
well, I get the non-clam one. But
the clam chowder bread bowl. Any of the bread bowls, honestly, from Pacific Wharf are so good. I always get the clam chowder. This last time, I think I literally got a clam chowder bread bowl there, and then also at Harbor Galley in Disneyland, like the following day. But
you can't beat a bread bowl,
and it's the only time I ever do that. I don't.
It's like
at home. So
that's why I like corn dogs too, because we never make corn dogs at home. We're not gonna. But whenever we go there, we're like, oh yeah, we gotta do corn dogs.
Yes.
Gotta do the bread
and
bowls.
You know what?
Yeah.
I left out corn dogs on this list, which is crazy.
Yeah, because we used to love
Corn Dog Castle. Has always been our favorite place for a corn dog. And then we realized that they taste exactly the same at the Red Trolley.
Yeah, the little red wagon. Yeah.
Yeah, the wagon. But yeah, I guess it could be either or, bread bowl or corn dog. But usually I'm going for the bread bowl. And speaking as if I'm not pregnant, I would probably get a beer as well for lunch because I love beer from is that Pacific Wharf Distribution?
That's Pacific Wharf Distribution Company, but it's changing to La Cerveceria, I believe.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
So, but now it's not going to be a little beer, bus
That's
thing.
A bummer.
It's going to be like in a little thing. I know. I love that little trolley
like
bus
changing.
thing. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Anyways, still.
Are you going dinner now?
Yeah, I guess so.
I love how we just
like
lumped
food.
all the food. Yeah. It's
just literally talking about food.
Let's go. I know where you're going for dinner too.
Dinner. I was kind of like iffy for a bit, and then I was like, okay, obviously. Lamplight Lounge.
What were you iffy with Lamplight?
I wasn't iffy. I just it wasn't the first thing that came to my mind for some reason.
And then you're like, oh, okay.
Because I was like, oh, maybe something new that we haven't done before. Because I've always wanted to try why do I always blank on what it's called?
The Mendes, like the wine.
Yes. But I was like, yeah, Mendocino Terrace. There's really like not much food that I could find on the menu. I was looking today just to see because I was like, is it something I would actually want to like?
Is it Wine Country Trattoria that has the food?
I looked at both.
Oh, they did.
And I didn't find food really either, except for like charcuterie boards, which are great, but not really like a meal. So I was like, nah, I guess I wouldn't. Napa Rose, I have heard a lot of people say is great. That's the one that is.
I mean, that's within Grand California.
Yeah,
but.
So it doesn't really count. But that's kind of like I always somehow confuse all of those. Like I forget where they are. So I was kind of thinking of Napa Rose, and then I was like, no, I wouldn't be like leaving to go have dinner.
I almost now every single time we do a Disneyland trip, we have to do Lamplight Lounge.
Yeah.
Like it's just a
Oh,
must
it is
now.
a staple for sure. Yeah. So I can't believe that I even questioned it for a minute there because obviously Lamplight would be the choice. We usually go for lunch, I feel like, but
Yeah.
in this scenario, I'm saying dinner because I would love to end the day with Lamplight and World of Color together.
Yeah.
So World of Color would be my show of choice.
I mean, yeah, only I guess nighttime show.
Yes.
But there's other shows. But yeah, no, yeah.
There's other shows like
I love it.
Stuff. So
World of Color is the best.
We'll be ending on World of Color.
I dig it. Yep, that sounds so good.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I guess.
And then shop on Buena Vista Street as you go out. Yeah, I love going through the shops.
To shop
at the end.
At Buena Vista.
Same for Disneyland too. You got to go in the shops.
As many souvenirs as possible.
Yeah.
I love it. And obviously love Animation Academy, which I said in the beginning. I love to just hang out in there and take a load off as well. So
yeah, that
would probably happen at some point in the day.
I like it.
And then
it's a good day.
I meant to end it off with Trader Sam's after we leave the
park.
Yeah. Trader Sam's to end off the trip before we
because California Adventure closes earlier than Disneyland, so you have a little extra time to go to Trader Sam's. Yeah, I dig it.
Burning the midnight oil, just spending some time at Trader Sam's.
One time we what
great
when
story.
did we leave?
Okay, are you talking about the birthday?
What? Oh, was that her birthday?
Yes.
And
so it was our
left,
friend's birthday. We did a group trip down there for our friend's 21st
multiple
birthday.
Stories to this. I don't know which one you're gonna tell.
Years ago. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of stories for this particular story, but we spent a lot of time at Trader Sam's. It was late. I think it was probably about 2 a.m. when we left, and we had to walk all the way through downtown Disney. It was empty. It was one of my favorite experiences ever because music was still going. It was amazing. Just like being there with no other people, but still having just like that feel, that vibe of Disney magic. So we were all just like having the best time walking through downtown Disney. We had to go through the Esplanade and then make a rather long walk to where we were staying because it was not exactly close.
And when we were in the Esplanade, we saw a bride and a groom walking out of California Adventure because they were like finished with their wedding, which was crazy. And we were like cheering for them and all that stuff.
1 or 2 a.m. Things were finishing. So they probably did like a midnight wedding.
Yeah. We also hit up IHOP or something across the street, right? Denny's?
I don't think we ate there. Did we eat? I think we just went.
I don't remember too much. Just kidding.
Memory is a little hazy on that night, but we were a little bit more wild back in the day. It's a different story now, but it was a fun.
Who were we?
Memory.
No, just kidding.
Who were we?
Yeah, so fun. Okay, so my day would not start at Trader Sam's. No, but. Idea. I think when I first walk into Buena Vista Street, I'm just taking in the sights and sounds. But I do have to go to Joffrey's. I got to get my coffee. And we don't really have many breakfast places here. So I would probably just get a pastry to hold me over until like 10 or 11 because then I'm like snack time. Let's go. So yeah, I love getting snacks over there. Mm-hmm. I'd probably do... Remember last time, I think it was like 10 in the morning, you got a bread bowl because we didn't know what else to do. And I got
finest moment.
I got a bread drink. I got beer at 10 in the morning. And that is not the normal lifestyle we live.
Not at all.
But it was, we were on vacation and it just happened.
It was one of those hangry mornings for me because I believe I was pregnant still at that time and we had not eaten anything and I was starving and I was mad that I hadn't eaten. So I was like, I don't even care. I'm just getting a bread bowl. I don't care.
Bread bowl at 10 a.m. It was awesome.
Breakfast bread bowl, dude.
Yeah.
It was great.
So rides after I get my coffee, after I'm caffeinated and ready to go. I would probably go Guardians, Radiator Springs Racers, Soarin'. I put Incredicoaster down on here because I usually skip it just because, we have to think about our son. It's a little bit harder to
plan around
that, but I would definitely do that. Monsters, Ariel, Midway. But yeah, I mean, pretty much all the rides.
Yeah.
But the main ones would be Guardians, Radiator, and Soarin'. Those are the ones that I really need to hit in order to feel like I had a successful day there.
Yeah.
Snacks, I would go over to Cars Land. Give me that mac and cheese bread cone. Come on.
Dude, okay, I totally skipped all my snacks. I just realized.
Okay, bring them on. Bring them on. What are your
because
snacks?
That was one of them.
Okay.
And also the pineapple or the pickle.
Oh yeah.
That
I
are
love it. The
usually
little
at
market, Buena Vista
Fairfax
Street.
Market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of my favorite snacks. Those are the best.
Yeah. There's also Fillmore has some great grapes, I believe, in the area.
Yep.
But yeah, that mac and cheese bread cone is just insane.
So good.
Love getting like I don't know, California Adventure with a beer for those 21 and older. Very responsible. It's really nice. But lunch, yeah, I'd probably do a bread bowl at San Francisco Square. And I think that's, even though we usually do Lamplight, but I put Lamplight Lounge for dinner. But yeah, I would definitely take a little stop at the Animation Academy, walking through the shops, walking through the art gallery off the page. Maybe stop at Pim's when we're in like Adventures Campus. But yeah, I mean, a lot of California Adventure just seems so like it's a little bit more of a chill experience. I would also
relaxed. Yeah, it's kind of like you just do what feels right in the moment. Disneyland, I feel like it's just more go.
You
go.
need to
Like,
get things
you have
done.
to
Yeah,
pack things in because there's so many things you want to do.
and so many people. Yeah,
Yes, the crowds just feel heavier in Disneyland.
yeah.
So California Adventure is more just like do those like few favorite rides and then just kind of like, what do you feel like eating? What do you feel like drinking? Where do you feel like just chilling for a little bit?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, you have a little more leeway there.
I agree.
And so whenever I'm in California Adventure, I like to just kind of leave space open to eat and drink. And
we didn't
yeah.
talk about what our choices at Lamplight would be. What would our food or drink options be?
drink, I would probably get Scream canister to start. I love like the tropicalness of that. Food, I've been having this Al Pastor pork chop. I don't know if it's still there, but man, that Al Pastor pork chop is incredible.
Yeah. And I
it's
never
so
get
good.
like pork anything. It's never like my first choice, but I've tried yours. And it's pretty delicious.
So good.
It's flavorful for sure.
Are you going for the
Yeah.
thing you've got last 2 times?
Yes. And we've both got the same thing the last few times. I love the lobster nachos there, and I got them multiple times in the past. But the last few times we've been there, there is this salmon PLT. So it's like pancetta, lettuce, tomato sandwich that is so good. It has blown me away both times I've gotten it. It is delicious. And drink wise, I haven't gotten an alcoholic beverage in a while, but I did get a really good non-alcoholic last time. Can't remember what it was called right now. But my favorite alcoholic one there, if I recall, is the Open Ocean with a Splash.
Oh yeah, that one's a great.
I love that one. Pretty much every drink there is delicious.
Yeah.
But we made it on the show quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
Loved it then. Then I tried it at Lamplight for the first time, and I was like, "This is still amazing. I love it. It's like a Slurpee. It tastes like a raspberry slushy. It's so good.
It's so amazing.
So those are probably my choices.
Yeah, and then for shows, World of Color.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. And then I would, why not stop at Trader Sam's? And then just crash at your hotel.
Yeah.
And then I guess that'd be the end of the trip.
Hopefully just have a very chill morning the next day.
Do a little downtown Disney.
Do some shopping, as you sadly check out of the Disneyland Hotel.
Yeah.
The leaving day is always the saddest. Like, if I can do more than 2 days, I'm going to do it.
We're usually 2 to 3.
2 seems to be our number of late of the last couple trips, but it always used to be 3. And I loved 3 days. It felt like the right amount of time. I just get more and more tired the older I get. And it gets harder and harder on the body, not to mention having a kid.
Yeah.
It just changes things. But 3 would be ideal.
Yeah, I think 3 is ideal, especially if we have babysitters.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier, but
yeah. But that, I think that wraps up what our 2 days would look like.
Yeah. Oh man. And everything varies depending on, certain circumstances and everything, but that's kind of like a normal day, what it would look like. And so, yeah, I guess we do differ on some things, but honestly, I'm just there like for the fun of it and for all the food. So like if you're like, let's go over here, I'm like, yeah, dude, I love food from there too.
We're always kind of on the
rides.
same page. We
Yeah.
always have the same favorites. It's maybe just a matter of what order they go in that we do it. And it's just always so fun. And this was such a fun discussion because we don't really know when we're going to be back at this point, because we were just there a few months ago and it was amazing, but it is likely our last time before we have our second baby, who is due in 2 months. And then we just kind of have to play it by ear and see what we can handle. I don't think we're going to be able to wait that long.
Yeah, we took our first one when he was a year. This one might have to be like 6 months.
Yeah.
Depending.
We might be able to pull it off with a 6-month-old and a 3.5-year-old. We'll see. I think we will be needing help at that point.
Yeah.
But I think we'll have to make it happen, because not only is it going to be too hard for us to wait anymore, but our son is obsessed with it. He loves Disneyland. We were literally just reading a Disneyland book tonight, and he loves it as much as we do. He's on the right track. So we'll have to make a trip happen at some point.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, with that, next week, our 100th episode. Again, if you have any questions for us, leave them down in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube, or just leave them in a comment on Instagram. We are just so thankful. We say this every week, but it's really all because of you guys that we do this show. Your guys' support just keeps us going. We just love you guys so much. And so next week is going to be really fun, just kind of reminiscing on all the episodes in the past and all the amazing, things that have come out of this show, whether it's the people we've met, or just, the I don't know. There's just so much that has happened since this show. And we're just so thankful for it all. Very grateful.
Yep. It's crazy that it's been over 2 years now. I mean, it's just
with
wild
100
to think
episodes.
how long we've been at this. Does not feel like it's been that long, but it's been a blast. And we've just absolutely loved getting to meet all of you and continue getting to meet all of you through this community. It's just been such a fun time, and we're having a blast with it. So thank you guys so much for your support. And like he said, leave us all the questions you have, because we're just going to talk about everything next week. We're excited.
Cannot wait. But with that, we will see you guys then. Have a great weekend, week, whatever day you're listening to this. And we'll see you for our 100th episode. So see you then.
Bye guys.
Bye.